Ever feel totally lost in an English conversation? Like when you're at a party, everyone's laughing, and you're just nodding, pretending you get the joke? Or worse, you think you understand, but you use the wrong word and everyone stares. We've definitely been there.
Oh my God, Ethan, remember that time I tried to order gazpacho and accidentally asked for gas patio? The waiter looked so confused. It's not just embarrassing, it can be genuinely frustrating.
Totally. My student Steve tried using a fancy word he learned in a textbook during a presentation. He mispronounced it and the whole room went silent. He felt terrible. That feeling of inadequacy sucks.
We know this feels overwhelming. So many words, so little time. But trust us, you're not alone. And today, we're going to give you a simple, effective strategy to boost your everyday vocabulary using something you probably already enjoy: podcasts.
That's right. We're going to show you how to turn your favorite podcasts into a personalized vocabulary building machine. Get ready to ditch the boring textbook and start learning real-world English in a fun and engaging way. This tip, game changer.
This isn't just about memorizing words. It's about feeling confident in any situation. Imagine finally being able to express yourself fluently, understanding every nuance, and connecting with people on a deeper level. Think about ordering that coffee exactly as you like it, without hesitation, or acing that job interview because you nail the vocabulary.
Exactly. It's about belonging. I remember feeling so isolated when I first moved to a new country and couldn't understand the slang everyone was using. It's isolating. Podcasts helped me bridge that gap.
It's also about opening up a world of new opportunities. Think about all the books, movies, and conversations you can enjoy when you have a strong vocabulary. It's access to a whole new world.
And let's be honest, expanding your vocabulary is also just plain fun. Discovering new words and using them in conversation is incredibly satisfying. Today, we're not just teaching you vocabulary. We're giving you the tools to unlock your potential, build confidence, and connect with the world in a whole new way. And today's third tip will save you 10 minutes daily.
So stick around as we dive into our step-by-step guide to using podcasts to improve your everyday vocabulary. Let's get started. This is going to be amazing.
Okay. So before we jump into the solutions, let's talk about some common mistakes people make when trying to learn vocabulary from podcasts. Knowing what not to do is just as important as knowing what to do.
Mistake number 1, passive listening. This is when you just listen to a podcast without actively engaging with the language. It's like trying to learn to swim by watching someone else do it. You might pick up a few things, but you're not going to become a great swimmer.
Exactly. My student Sarah used to listen to podcasts while she was doing chores. She thought she was learning, but when I asked her to use some of the new words she'd heard, she drew a blank. Mistake number 2, focusing on too many new words at once. It's tempting to try to learn every new word you hear, but that's a recipe for overwhelm. You'll end up forgetting everything.
It's like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Exactly. Mistake number 3, ignoring context. A word can have different meanings depending on the context in which it's used. If you don't understand the context, you're likely to misunderstand the word. Maria kept translating me siento to I feel myself.
Oh no, that's a classic. Mistake number 4, not reviewing regularly. You might learn a new word today, but if you don't use it or review it, you'll forget it tomorrow. It's like learning someone's name and immediately forgetting it. It's so embarrassing.
And finally, mistake number 5, choosing podcasts that are too difficult. If the podcast is way above your current level, you'll get discouraged and give up. Start with something manageable and gradually increase the difficulty as you improve. But here's what most learners miss. They choose podcasts they don't even enjoy.
So true. Find something you genuinely enjoy listening to, even if it's not specifically designed for language learners. You're much more likely to stick with it if you're having fun. I literally cried when a student told me they were listening to boring news podcasts. Find something you like.
Okay, so now that we know what to avoid, let's get into the step-by-step solutions for using podcasts to improve your vocabulary. Are you ready?
Let's do this. You're not just learning, you're joining the DialogueBoost family.
Step 1. Choose the right podcast. As Emily mentioned, pick something you genuinely enjoy. If you like true crime, find a true crime podcast in English. If you're into cooking, find a cooking podcast.
And don't be afraid to experiment. Try out a few different podcasts until you find one that clicks. Start with podcasts designed for English learners if you're a beginner, but don't be afraid to branch out as you improve.
Step 2. Listen actively. This means paying attention, taking notes, and engaging with the language. Don't just listen passively while you're doing other things. Dedicate some time to focus on the podcast. This tip, game changer.
Pause the podcast whenever you hear a new word or phrase. Write it down along with the context in which it was used. Understanding the context is key to understanding the meaning.
Step 3 is your grammar superhero. When you do this, high five. Create flashcards. Write the new word or phrase on one side of the flashcard and the definition and an example sentence on the other. Flashcards are a great way to review and memorize new vocabulary.
And don't just create the flashcards and forget about them. Review them regularly, ideally every day or every other day.
Step 5. Use the new words and phrases in conversation. This is the most important step. The best way to learn vocabulary is to use it. Find opportunities to use the new words and phrases you've learned in your own conversations.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's how you learn. The more you use the new words, the more comfortable you'll become with them. And today's third tip will save you 10 minutes daily.
Exactly. Try to incorporate at least 1 or 2 new words into your conversations each day. It might feel awkward at first, but it gets easier with practice.
You can also use online language exchange platforms to practice with native speakers. This is a great way to get feedback on your pronunciation and usage.
Step 6. Keep a vocabulary journal. Write down all the new words and phrases you've learned, along with their definitions and example sentences. This will serve as a valuable reference tool for you to review later.
You can organize your vocabulary journal by topic or alphabetically. Find a system that works best for you.
And finally, step 7. Be patient and persistent. Learning vocabulary takes time and effort. Don't get discouraged if you don't see results immediately. Just keep practicing, and you'll eventually start to see improvement.
Remember, consistency is key. Even if you only spend 15 to 20 minutes a day working on your vocabulary, you'll still make progress.
Okay, so to recap, the 7 steps are: choose the right podcast, listen actively, look up the definition, create flashcards, use the new words in conversation, keep a vocabulary journal, and be patient and persistent.
Now let's move on to a deep dive subtopic, dealing with slang and idioms in podcasts. This can be a challenge, but it's also a great opportunity to expand your vocabulary and understanding of the English language.
Slang and idioms are informal words and phrases that are commonly used in everyday conversation. They can be tricky to understand because their meanings are often not literal.
For example, the phrase piece of cake doesn't literally mean a piece of cake. It means something is easy.
Exactly. So how do you deal with slang and idioms when you encounter them in podcasts?
First, don't panic. It's okay if you don't understand every single slang word or idiom. Just focus on getting the general meaning of the conversation.
Second, pay attention to the context. The context in which a slang word or idiom is used can often give you clues about its meaning.
Third, Look it up. Use an online dictionary or slang dictionary to find the definition. Urban Dictionary is a great resource for finding definitions of slang words.
But be careful with Urban Dictionary. Some of the definitions can be inaccurate or offensive.
Good point. Always double-check the definition with another source.
And finally, don't be afraid to ask. If you're not sure what a slang word or idiom means, ask a native speaker. They'll be happy to explain it to you.
Let's do a quick role play to demonstrate how to handle slang.
But slang scares me. It changes so fast, and I never know what anyone is talking about.
Let's tackle that fear together. Pretend we are listening to a podcast, and someone says, "That's a bummer." What would you do?
I don't know. I guess I'd look it up.
Exactly. And what if the definition is still confusing?
I'd ask you.
Perfect. That's the spirit. And remember, most people are happy to help you learn.
Okay, so now that we've covered slang and idioms, let's move on to an interactive drill to test your knowledge.
Okay, everyone, get ready to test your vocabulary skills. We're going to play a quick game. I'm going to give you a sentence from a podcast, and you have to identify the meaning of a specific word or phrase.
Ready? Here we go. Sentence. I was feeling really under the weather yesterday, so I stayed home from work. What does under the weather mean?
Pause the video now and write down your answer.
Okay, time's up. The correct answer is B, feeling sick. If you got it right, give yourself a pat on the back.
Next sentence. That movie was so good, it blew my mind. What does blew my mind mean?
Pause and answer.
Okay, the answer is C, amazed me.
Last one. Sentence. He's a really down-to-earth guy, always friendly and approachable. What does down-to-earth mean?
Pause and answer.
The correct answer is B, practical and realistic.
How did everyone do? Hopefully you got all three right.
Even if you didn't, don't worry. This is just a fun way to test your knowledge and identify areas where you can improve.
Now let's talk about some additional tips for using podcasts to improve your vocabulary.
First, listen to the same episode multiple times. The first time, just focus on getting the general meaning. The second time, pay closer attention to the vocabulary. And the third time, try to transcribe the episode.
Transcribing an episode is a great way to improve your listening comprehension and vocabulary skills. It forces you to pay close attention to every word and phrase.
Second, create your own podcast glossary. Whenever you hear a new word or phrase, add it to your glossary along with its definition and an example sentence.
This will be a valuable resource for you to review later. You can even share your glossary with other language learners.
Third, use a podcast app with adjustable playback speed. This allows you to slow down the audio if you're having trouble understanding the speaker, or speed it up if you want to challenge yourself.
There are many great podcast apps available, such as Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts.
And finally, don't be afraid to take breaks. Learning vocabulary can be tiring, so it's important to take breaks when you need them. Get up, stretch, and walk around.
You can also try listening to a different podcast or doing something else you enjoy. The goal is to stay motivated and prevent burnout.
These tips, game changer. You're doing amazing.
Remember, the key to success is to be consistent and patient. Keep listening to podcasts, keep learning new vocabulary, and keep practicing your English. And today's third tip will save you 10 minutes daily.
And most importantly, have fun. Learning a new language should be an enjoyable experience. Find podcasts that you love listening to, and you'll be surprised at how much you can learn.
Okay, so now that we've covered everything you need to know about using podcasts to improve your vocabulary, let's wrap things up.
Today, you didn't just learn English, you gained freedom to connect. Remember that feeling of frustration and confusion we talked about at the beginning?
It's fading away, right? You're equipped with the tools and strategies to overcome those challenges and unlock your full potential.
We've shown you how to turn podcasts into a powerful vocabulary building tool, how to deal with slang and idioms, and how to stay motivated and consistent.
And we've given you some additional tips and resources to help you on your journey.
But remember, the most important thing is to take action. Start listening to podcasts today and start practicing your English.
Don't be afraid to make mistakes and don't give up. With dedication and persistence, you can achieve your goals.
We believe in you. You have the potential to become fluent in English and connect with the world in a whole new way.
And we're here to support you every step of the way. Join our online community for more tips, resources, and support.
You're not just learning, you're joining the DialogueBoost family. We literally cried when a student told us how our advice changed their life.
Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye for now, and remember to subscribe to our channel for more helpful tips and tricks for learning English.
Don't forget to download our free vocabulary guide. The link is in the description below.
And let us know in the comments what your favorite English learning podcast is. We'd love to know.
Thanks again, everyone. Keep learning and keep growing.
See you soon.
Wait, Ethan, let me show you what happened to me last week when I tried to use one of these fancy words I learned. I was at a coffee shop and I wanted to sound sophisticated, so I said,